Raptors are out of Toronto and into an interconference game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. will join us tonight on the sideline. The Nuggets with their last game here in Denver before heading back out on the road. And, of course, Devin Booker. Team moving on here without him.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Now, here's Baylor. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And what's unique about Baylor, he can score from a variety of angles and really good off of either shoulder. Just great extension and body control.
Here's Banchero. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Curry way outside. The kick out to Williams. Gobert down low. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
And just an excellent rebounder. Gobert is so good at using that incredible wingspan to track down those additional scoring opportunities.
Curry on the wing. From deep. Gobert, no good.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
To the inside. Campbell. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltender.
Almost got there in time, but waited just a little too long.
And an instant reaction to that call from the fans.
Well, you know, they can be very vociferous when they disagree, and that whistle did not go over well with the crowd.
That's to Gobert. Back to Curry. Gobert, the screen. And it's Stephen Curry with a three.
Anytime Curry gets a look from deep, he's letting it fly. And he's probably knocking it down, too.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
Connects on the foul line jumper. Curry's got 5. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end. When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now, here's Fultz. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Camby. Here's Banchero. And again, Toronto no up. And here's Denver. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Here's Baylor. He has 6. The tray. They get it back. Curry on the wing. Outside Baylor. Over Fultz. Good if it goes. And that one released in time, but no good. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
I think it's pretty clear, Greg, what the goal is for this Denver organization long term.
It's simple, Kevin. Make it to the finals. The Nuggets have never been there. They've been close reaching a conference finals on more than one occasion.
Pass to Powell. Back to George. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Tyler Hero picks one up.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother.
Now here's Westbrook. As one of the biggest stars in the NBA, Russell Westbrook, Clark, puts a lot of energy into his charity work.
Yeah, he really does, and I don't know how many people really recognize that, but I know he's appreciated for it. He started the Why Not Foundation to help underserved communities, and they're doing some great work. Russ said, why not, has always been his attitude whenever he's pursuing a tough goal, and thus he named his foundation the same way.
The Nuggets leading by 11. Outside Hero. Fournier in the corner. Makes it off the glass.
And hey, Fournier is not just an outside shooter. I mean, he can also get busy near the basket thanks to that quick release.
And Crowder slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Raptors substitution.
And so Powell will bring it up for Toronto. 11-point game. Got that one up quick. Crowder's got 4 points this quarter.
For a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Outside Hero. From the arc. It's not going to go for him. And Toronto will go the other way with it. The shot by George, wide open. The three-pointer, no good.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Well, we know how Tyler Hero's a bucket, but still lots of room for growth. Last season, the Sixth Man of the Year winner, he really did struggle, though, in the postseason.
And, Greg, you look at the playoff shooting percentages for Hero, tailing off from his regular season numbers.
And, Kevin, that's not uncommon for a younger player, but the playoffs are what matters. And to be a star, that's when you've got to deliver.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Williams up on top. Pass to Hero. And it's Brooks in the corner. Clock at 6.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Now here's Brooks. Over in the corner, Hero. Hero on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first second.
Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Well, I tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous perimeter shooter, and I think his ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
Gobert with the block, and he's able to get it back. The kick out to Brown. It's Powell on the wing. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Now McConnell. After Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Back to Powell. The kick out to Crowder. Here's Anunoby. Good on the three-point shot. Anunoby's got it back down to single digits for the Raptors.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Curry outside. No good on that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. And here's McConnell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
We've got 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Hits it from three-point range. Heroes got 7 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Outside, Hero. Back to Curry. Takes a three. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Bring the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much.
And look at the big man get up when Gobert takes flight. Well, you are in for a show. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see. Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
And Curry has it in the corner. Shot on the wing, and he hits the jump shot. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
sometimes you watch Steph get a shot up. You just appreciate what you're seeing. And perhaps the best shooter of all time.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's George. Here he goes.
George can be so deadly on the drive. He's got great quickness. He sees an opening and takes it right away.
And Denver is out to take their first time out here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Denver leading by 7. Outside Baylor.
Hey now! Hey now! Yeah! Yeah, an explosive athlete, the precursor to the high flyers, prone to the spectacular. Baylor with the strong move.
Nice work by Banchero, making himself available for the alley-oop pass. He's developing great court awareness. An elite prospect with very few holes in his game. Banchero can score from all 3 levels, makes plays for others, terrific rebounder, and the list goes on and on.
No good from Beasley. Raptors trailed by 7. Drives to the hoop. Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Gobert. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Sinks the triple. Baylor's got 11 points. Many scouts had Banchero as the safest pick in the draft. Would you agree?
He and maybe Jabari Smith Jr. What separates Banchero a little, he's an elite back to the basket scorer. Those guys have become increasingly harder to find. And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Fultz. Powell, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. They double-team Curry. It's tipped. Banchero with the ball. Williams picks him up. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And showing off some agility on the break. Banchero is so elusive in the open floor.
And they double up Baylor. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Good on the triple. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter. To the paint. Here's Banchero. And that one, good.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And here's George for 3. Rebounded by Elgin Baylor. The Nuggets leading by 7. .34 seconds left in the third. And finished off by Gobert.
And no issues at the rim for Gobert. One of the league leaders in flushes. The Frenchman loves to finish above the rim. You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Westbrook. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Raptors ball.
Brown wide open. He fires. And so it's Denver bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A good size advantage. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Curry. To the middle. Has to Gobert. Lets it go from deep. And it's Stephen Curry with a three.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Baylor gets the bucket. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Denver.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
You know, something else that catches my eye is the fact that they have blocked a bunch of shots. I mean, the block shot total, extremely impressive. The defensive intensity, top level.
Clock is at 3. The three from George. Buries it from three-point range.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Mr. Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Here's Baylor. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Banchero with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Anunoby in the corner. Now here's Camby. To the left wing. Here's Banchero. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Curry with it. Outside Baylor. Three-pointer. Hands it from downtown. Baylor's got the lead up to 13 now for Denver.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
For three. And again, Denver with the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
George looking around. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Has to Gobert. And it's Brooks in the corner. Back to Curry. Cuts off the pass. And here they come. And finished off by Fultz.
Man, I like how aggressive Fultz is. I mean, excellent breaking down the defense in the open floor with his speed. Fantastic work.
Left side Curry. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there.
2 minutes. Raptors foul. Marcus
And the first one at the line is good.
An improved free throw shooter compared to his earlier seasons. Nice to see Gobert attack his weakness.
Raptors trail by 16. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul. Stolen by Brooks. Outside Baylor. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. On its way from Curry for two. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Pass to Powell. Anunoby with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. That shot off the mark. Now Denver takes it the other way.
Coming out here tonight and making a statement. Really good work all around
for Denver.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
McConnell with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Anunoby has the open look. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. The clock now can just run out for the Nuggets. Now Baylor. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability.
Dodging rumors, I've been tucked away, dodging maneuvers. okay, just say you're not ready. Okay, okay, coming in heavy. Okay, they ain't in shape, I'm petty. Okay, 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 unleady. Okay, okay, hold the confetti. Okay, okay, just say you're not ready. They wanna bite the hand that try to feed them rules. You cannot hide behind the shades, I see right through it. You ain't stand up on your word, then you's a fool. They're not fools. I be wanna see me hold on TVPG, my Rolex. In the top, it remind me of the old days. Sneaking in with the backstage pass, with they all in, for the poet. I'm a young poet and just go at it. And my mama, we poetic. Outraged in the project, we could go at it. Can't wait no time on the co-ed. Bro code me and dad count through 7 figures. Raise around on the high seat since the day I turned 16. 747, I'm standing there playing wings. Praying the Lord seen. Grandma praying for me.
Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. Hold on, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's
Like what these sound like? Ain't changed the and rapping too bad. Here, Cartier glasses. Her friend got.
Give me that.
What's up? Rolly.
Is you lame, fool?
100,000 on her. She know she
Hot.
Rover. Range brothers out the roof. We're not the Waynes.
We're not the Waynes.
I hate to tell the truth. We're not the same.
Jeez, baby king.
I'm with my Rover brother and we're running game.
Hey, Range Rover.
Ripping rubber bands on the meatloaf. Overseas, tidy up for me before I get home. Take 1, take 2, take 3. Heave it. Stop hiding comments on your sleeve. Believe it. Why your boyfriend keep on looking for me? Is he Jesus?
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. Hold on, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's
said, ice this paradise, but better think twice. Wherever you, they tore down the project, so where we gon' move next? They taking the food stamps, they stock over mid checks. Hey, money my motivator, my money maker. No, I don't see them haters, so let go get the paper.
Yeah, when you think about us, just think about it. We don't own nothing. If we get money, we got a little few dollars, but our whole family tore up. You getting the money for the people in your family that ain't got nothing. When it's all said and done, what do you own? You don't own nothing. You don't own you. Playing basketball, he don't own that jersey. He can't even be in a commercial with his name on the back. So when it's really all said and done, what did you do this for? What difference did you make?
You see how the world changing, yeah, they look. We'll say just from not banging preachers in that pulpit. Say they teach that, so all we know is same I went to school with. Crabbing on your disrespect to get you. Them young they been about that. God, they all some hypocrites. Haters, they won't let me be. When I come up to them gates, I hope you say you heard of me. Now Kendrick Curtis gone. Them angels took them home. They gave my brother the system did them wrong. Now because they ain't 9 times out of 10 your friend the one who tell it. I wanna go to heaven or to that promised land. I need another chance. I wanna meet that man. Money my motivator, my money maker. No, I don't see you haters, so let go get the paper.
Yeah, surprise. Hey, we behind, man. Everybody talking about they getting money. Y'all getting them money. I got millions, and I'm still broke, cause that ain't no money.
That ain't no money.
Y'all playing right to these pants. Risking life every day for some. Huh? What your bank account say? Oh, that's all?
Yeah, they shipping bars off. They ain't never. This the fake. We keep it real. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Time to get in. To it. NBA action on 2K Sports. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. So the Nuggets with the tip. Here's Baylor. Pass to Gobert. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from downtown. And we've got a pair of teams here that know a thing or two about ball movement, Grant.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, there's a great feel that these teams play with. Two of the smartest teams in the league. They focus on sharing the basketball and keeping everyone involved. This is a matchup for the purist.
Fox outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Takes a three. No good there. And Denver the other way now. Here's Baylor. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. Curry, no good. And we're about a minute into the first. Here's Marley. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. Valanciunas.
Yeah, he's a top-tier offensive rebounder. Valanciunas uses his size and strength to his advantage to do damage on the boards.
To the inside. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
And guys, over the last several years, Denver's been top 10 in offensive rating. Now, they played a slower pace, but made the most of their possessions.
To the left wing. On the wing, Jones. Three-pointer. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
Outside Curry. Pass to Brooks. To the paint. Here's Baylor. Takes a 13-footer. And another miss by Denver. Boy, this Denver team, great offensively over the last couple of seasons. How so?
Well, B.A., they execute in the half courts. That's pretty simple. I mean, so difficult to do against NBA defenses. Now, normally they have multiple ball handlers on the floor, guys who can make quick decisions. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Fox outside to the middle. Here's Marley. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
Here's Baylor. Outside Curry. From the arc. And no good. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Inside. Out to the right wing. The three from Valanciunas. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Outside, Williams. Pass to Curry. Now here's Gobert. Misses from close range.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Now Valanciunas. A rebound by Baylor.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Fox with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Pass to Valanciunas. And he banks in the layup. Valanciunas has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Now there's the strength we talk about often with Valanciunas. It helps him convert on these physical takes.
Gobert on the high post. Here's Baylor. And here's Curry for three. Gets the three to fall. Curry's got 9 points.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Fox for three. Drains the triple.
Man, I tell you what, when Fox is making threes, he's hard to guard. That's a part of his game he's got to continue to work on.
Here's Curry. Valanciunas with a rebound. Minnesota in the lead. And it's Fox with the jam.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And so it's Minnesota. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Boy, that kind of throwdown by Westbrook gets the bench off their feet and excited.
Hero left side. Fires from deep. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
The Nuggets trail. And as Westbrook gets older, he's indicated that he's not looking to change how he plays, Grant.
And that can be a double-edged sword, B.A. You love his aggression and confidence, but you wonder how his game will hold up as his athleticism goes.
There's the triple. From deep. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Outside Simmons with the drive. He can't get it to go. And the Nuggets going the other way now. Pass to Hero. Back to Westbrook. Lets the three fly. Right wing from behind the arc. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Simmons. Oh, Simmons throws it down hard.
And the amazing moves of Simmons. I mean, he's just so much fun to watch when he's got the ball in his hand.
Hero right side. Westbrook with it. Back to Hero. 5 on the clock. Fournier for three. Gets the three ball to go. Fournier's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ. Knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox is a competitor. He said, I want to win. I know there's more that I can do. Just trying to create a spark, some type of energy. You can talk about what you did in high school and college, but you have to take it to a totally different level if you want to be one of those guys in the league. Brian?
Allie, thank you.
Well, Westbrook's so good at navigating the defense. This guy has ball skills, dexterity, and a motor that just doesn't stop. He gets to his shot when he wants to.
Well, Grant, every team is looking for that perfect five on the floor, that magical lineup. In your mind, is that synonymous with small ball?
I think it is, B.A. I mean, having players that can play small, can switch on defense, obviously play multiple positions on the offensive end. It's just a combination, when executed properly, could be a nightmare for the opponent.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Back to Dinwiddie. Yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. Denver in the lead. Pass to Gobert. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range. Valanciunas with a rebound.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Thomas. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Valanciunas. Good D by Gobert. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. "50 seconds left to play in the half." Pass to Baylor. There's the drive. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
You know, the power and grace of Elgin Baylor, just too much to handle. This time he draws the foul.
And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Both shots good from the strike.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Here's Fox. And Fox powers it home.
Towns doing a nice job with a smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
Here's Baylor. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And it's Baylor missing. Fox right side. Towns for 3. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Nuggets ahead, up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Now a timeout called by Denver.
Oh, and last summer, Ben Simmons had surgery on a herniated disc. I'm not a back expert, you know, I'm more of an ankle guy, but hard to be effective when that area is just not right. And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Towns. Back to Fox. From 15 feet away. The shot that time not on target. And it's Denver the other way. And last season, Ben Simmons caught some flack for not suiting up in the playoffs. Grant, you think his surgery quieted those voices a little?
You know, I think it did a little bit. But, you know, at this point, it's going to come down to his performance on the court. He does have something to prove. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
The Timberwolves trail from 20 feet. And that one's long.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Pass to Curry. The 3. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Minnesota with the ball. Trailing by 8. Here's Simmons. And slam dunk by Simmons.
I think this is what Simmons loves to do more than anything. When he's looking to score, he wants to get all the way to the rack.
Pass to Towns. 2 minutes into the second half of play now.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
Oh, and Gobert power powers it home.
And this is why Gobert shoots a high percentage, because he looks to finish with strength inside. Not the tallest center in the league, he more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Williams from long range. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Williams has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Oh, Simmons throws it down hard.
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Both teams will make substitutions. And so here is Denver. It's a 5-point game. And here's Beasley. Hernan Gomez sets a screen. Hero for 3. The shot off that time. Pass to Valanciunas. Back to Fox. Here's Marley. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the tray. And now just a 2-point Denver lead.
That's what Marley does. He makes deep shots. He's often looking for that 3-point opportunity.
Hero outside. Hernan Gomez up top. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Following this game, they host the Magic. And that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. Here's Wagner. Beasley outside. We've got 1:08 left in the third. Hero outside. Down low. Pass to Wagner. Valanciunas with a rebound. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
Timeout call, the Nuggets. And Minnesota has possession, trailing by 2. Pass to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And talk about big boy muscle. Valanciunas just outworking the defense and capitalizing as well.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And one thing you know you'll always get with Valanciunas, he's going to rebound. Offense, defense, no matter what, he's attacking the glass.
Outside for Brooks. Back to Westbrook. Inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
Pass to Towns. The 3. Here's Valanciunas. And he makes it on the layup. Valanciunas has got 11 points.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Brooks from outside. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 1. And we're just... And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Baylor. That's tipped. Stolen by Jones. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Marley. Banked it in off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And another note, how about the way they've cashed in off turnovers? Taking advantage when given the extra opportunity.
Deflected!
Now you got to be aware when Valanciunas is in the area. He's capable of sending your shot back. And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Whew.
High post Towns. And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets making a change here. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. And the shot goes in.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
I tell you what, any team will take that. If you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Guys, thanks a lot. I had a chance to hear what Mike Malone was saying to his team. He told them, we've got to protect the rim with everything we've got. If we cut down on their easy looks inside, we've got them. It might mean more room for their perimeter shooters, but that's a trade-off he's willing to risk. All right, back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Williams on the wing. Pass to Baylor. 6 to shoot. Now Gobert. Valanciunas covering. Three-pointer, Brooks.
They're trying to chip away at that lead, but their decreased output from the perimeter this half is making it difficult.
Fox outside. And Fox powers it home.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
And again, Denver no good. Minnesota in the lead. Flushes it down to finish the break.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
The three from Curry. Fires in the triple. Curry's got 21.
Bombs away in the first half. He's followed up the effort with 3 more triples since.
Pass to Towns. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
You can tell Towns is a true modern-day player. He's got a diverse skill set, and he can do so much more than you're used to seeing from a guy his size at his position.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And here's Curry for 3. That won't go either for Curry.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
To the middle. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Towns for 3. He buries it from 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
You know, Towns is one of the biggest inside-outside threats in the league and shooting a great percentage from deep. He's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Takes the 3. That shot missing. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Baylor. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Oh, you love to see that kind of vision from Gobert. As much attention as he draws from the D, there's bound to be an open man, and he just got to find him.
And the bucket is good.
And this just goes to show how much of a difference focus makes. Good win here for the Timberwolves.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up.
Started out in the city of rain. Black Forest, yes, the Boone game. Boone handled the group manager. John Henn been to be perimeter. Party cracking, don't panic. Needle on the record, got the ladies dancing. Original magic. Up in your hand, ain't nobody gon' pass it now. This a B-boy, we get live now. In the merciless sun, up at the hideout. Pull your cards out, full of aces. Room on the table, and I know you can taste it like this.
Can't stop, but feeling like I can't stop. Feeling like I can't stop. No, I can't stop, but feeling like I can't stop. Feeling like I can't stop. Yeah, I'll keep going. Swear, yeah, I'll keep going. Swear that I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Swear, yeah, I'll keep going. And make them know the only way is up. We keep going. The only way is we keep going. Me, baby, but now you and I'ma need you chillin' right here with the and I ain't being shady. I swear that you can. You know that'll be right there, sending Addy like good luck. You're thinking I'm full up. Chances are, baby, I pull up. Depends how you feel on the real, on the real. Take one look, how I feel. Let me take a guess. It's so amazing, so far up. I know most would hate this, but 5 stars, I know most would rate this. And what's that smell? My dough, the fragrance. I'm far from flagrant. I start my statement. And these days we ain't far from greatness. The only way is up. Yup, the only way is up. Yo, I can't stop, but feeling like I can't stop. Feeling like I can't stop. No, I can't stop, but feeling like I can't stop. Feeling like I can't stop. Yeah, I'll keep going. Swear, yeah, I'll keep going. Swear that I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Swear, yeah, I'll keep going. And make them know the only way is up. We keep going. The only way is keep going. Yeah.
in the caddy coops. I was broke, threw me an alley-oop. Then from Houston and drove it through Baton Rouge. You ain't never seen a pile of bands stop. I'm in the spot, racks on garbage can shots with more. Cause who get more? Man got, I'm an old school. My morals come from the past. As long as I'm rich, I make the pump the gas. Call for it when I thought you least. Well, one that I know you broke. I'm not none of them. You want a gas? Nah. And that 01 drought had them pulling out old money with the sour smell. 08 drought, the ghetto still crowded still. I went to work with a power drill.
Every corner on smash. This is facts. Don't go nowhere without my. Even at Hollywood. I had to mail them back. Relax as soon as they slip. That's when we. Yo, my youngin' coming through and he gon' Leo on the news. That's what they gon' see, yo. Picture me rolling in a new Billy truck. Money blowing, just trolling. You already know it. I was really focused. Don't want no money, they hit for the. I did 100 shows. I even passed my 100. These want the title, girl, just play your role.
Take it, it's too hard.
The crowd is assembled looking for a Raptors victory here in Toronto. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Today's game finds the Nuggets winding down their road trip. Now here's Gobert. Right side, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Curry with the 3. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Oh, good on the 3. Here's Toronto now. Fultz with the ball. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Outside, George. And he banks in the layup. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Mike Malone gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He told me it's always a challenge when you face a team this opportunistic. He said those guys are going to look to take advantage of any weakness. We have to really communicate defensively tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, David. Greg, real concerned about getting outshot early on. What do you think they can do to prevent it?
Well, you have to find a way to stay attached to the shooters. That means fighting through picks and helping one another.
Yeah, you've got to be aggressive defensively, no doubt. But at the same time, you don't want to send good shooters to the line. Play hard, be aggressive, but under control.
It's stolen by Fultz. Pass to Banchero. The shot's good on the assist by George. Banchero's got his second bucket tonight.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts. Clearly feeling it.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
That's his second personal.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, GA, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin, but give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Pass to Anunoby. Now Fultz. Banchero with the ball. Baylor defending. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
An elite prospect with very few holes in his game. Banchero can score from all 3 levels, makes plays for others, terrific rebounder, and the list goes on and on.
Outside Westbrook. Over McConnell. Pass to Hero. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Just 4 to shoot. A shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Camby. Many scouts had Banchero as the safest pick in the draft. Would you agree?
He and maybe Jabari Smith Jr. What separates Banchero a little, he's an elite back to the basket scorer. Those guys have become increasingly harder to find.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Back to Hernan Gomez. Hero on the wing. Right wing. For 3, Westbrook. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. McConnell in the corner. Outside, George. Contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
The Nuggets making a switch here.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Westbrook drives in.
Boy, this is Westbrook at his absolute best, attacking, getting into the lane, and finishing in style.
Pass to Powell. To the paint. Here's Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Westbrook, no good.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 9.
Well, he plays with such an edge. His style is tenacious.
Here's Westbrook. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign for ball movement and sharing that ball.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
Clark, when the casual fan looks at a statue, turnovers sometimes go overlooked. They don't really grab your attention. But as a player, how conscious of turnovers were you?
Extremely conscious of it, Kevin, because you know possessions are valuable and you don't want to be limiting your team in possessions. And you don't want your teammates to be sloppy. You don't want to be sloppy. And most of the time you want to try to force your opponents into turnovers, not make them yourself.
And the greatest shooter we have ever seen, Curry, is just lethal from outside.
Back to George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 16.
He's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And the Nuggets making a change here. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now.
You know, one of the best sights from the NBA in my mind in 2022 was seeing Markelle Fultz on the court again. It was a long road back from his torn ACL, not to mention the issues he had with the frozen shoulder early in his career.
Pass to Anunoby. Back to Powell. Over in the corner, Banchero. Off target from three-point range.
And for a player who relies on quickness and mobility like Fultz, an ACL injury can be devastating.
Well, trust me, I haven't had one, but I know enough guys who have, and it's a tough injury for any player to come back from, a torn ACL. And Markelle had to work extremely hard every day for a year and a half. All credit to him for putting that kind of effort into his rehab so he could get back out on the court.
And so here's Toronto after the Nuggets pick up 2. And it's Banchero missing.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Pass to Hero. Outside Curry. Beyond the arc. Here's Gobert. Banchero grabs the board. Raptors leading by 20. Here's George. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Stolen by George. There's 1:54 left in the first half. Pass to Powell. Lets it go from deep. The shot by George, no good. The Nuggets trail by 20. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And so they foul intentionally.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. Pass to Hernangomez. Right side, Williams. Misses the three. Raptors in by 22. And here's Banchero to the left side wing. McConnell with it. On the wing, Anunoby. The kick out to Brown. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
And the wide open shot from McConnell. From outside, off the mark. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Brown. Pass to Hernangomez. It's tipped. Williams with a clean look. The three-pointer no good. Fast break Toronto. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Now Hernangomez. Pass to Westbrook. Outside Fournier. Hits the three-point bomb. Fournier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Banchero. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. Right back after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Shot by Crowder, no good. Up top, Curry. Lets it go with the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Curry's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Nuggets. Pass to Anunoby. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Curry can't get it to go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got 6.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Back to McConnell. Shot clock at 5. Here's Camby. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Denver making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
And Wagner's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. I think it's pretty clear, Greg, what the goal is for this Denver organization long term.
It's simple, Kevin. Make it to the finals. The Nuggets have never been there. They've been close reaching a conference finals on more than one occasion.
And here is Maledon after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. To the wing on the left. Down low. Oh. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
And the 3 off target. Raptors leading by 20. Nobody near George. Buries it from three-point range. George has got 19 points.
Paul George really feeling it right now. Another bucket to his credit.
Back to Hero. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Hero's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's George. On to Hardaway. Toronto working the ball around now. From the arc. Pass to Powell. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Over in the corner, Banchero. Pass to Maladon. Back to Powell.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. In for Rudy.
Outside for George. Now, here's Banchero. 5 on the clock. Powell for 3. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Maladon. Shoots the 3. And Tim Hardaway Jr. for 3.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset. When Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Toronto lead by 22. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's up a 3. Baylor gets the bucket. Baylor's got 5.
Well, they had a rough stretch shooting in the first half. I mean, they've seemingly made the changes they needed to make to improve that shooting percentage.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Hey, you can't diminish Westbrook's triple-doubles, but just as important to me are the intangibles. His passion, his tenacity, his competitive spirit and drive. I mean, that infects the whole team in a positive way.
Pass to Banchero. Floats one up. No good that time. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter.
The Nuggets, 30 seconds.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Nuggets trail by 18. Fournier in the corner. Left side Westbrook. Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Boy, we know what a skilled passer Westbrook is, but you still got to appreciate that dime there. Very impressive.
And Gafford throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
And no issues at the rim for Gobert. One of the league leaders in flushes. The Frenchman loves to finish above the rim.
Gafford, no one around him. Off target from outside. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Outside Curry. Pass to Brooks. Westbrook with it. Outguarded by Fultz. Curry with it. 4 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Anunoby. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Slam dunk city, Paul George. Big time throwdown there.
Curry outside. That shot, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that one's good, George.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Knocks down the three ball.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And he's good on the three ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
On its way from Curry for 2. Denver gets it back. Inside. It's stolen by Banchero. Outside, George. And again, Toronto with the triple. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Toronto.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And, you know, on top of that, second chance points have been a major component for them. And I love the relentlessness they've shown on the offensive glass.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was sick and slick. The D had no chance.
Yeah, he was one step ahead of him the entire way.
Pass to Fultz. 6 to shoot. Curry with it. George picks him up. Outside Curry. Over Fultz. Over George. Back to Westbrook. Outside Curry. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And right from the get-go, they stood out as the better team. Their hunger to dominate and play for each other was outstanding
for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D. Don't believe in. She keep playing me dumb.